I hope I am audible and visible to you. And a very good morning to all of you. And welcome to the Unacademy CAT-alyst channel. Today I am talking about test day behavior and test day aspects, along with my usual questions that we'll talk about. So that will continue the usual questions that we do in terms of trying to solve stuff. Questions. So we'll be doing that. We'll continue with that as well as talking about test day behavior and test day and test time behavior. So these are two things we need to look at when we are talking about maximizing our scores. So I hope you understand one very critical aspect, that your state of mind in terms of how you're feeling and what your emotional state is a very important component of doing well in the CAT, right? So there is a lot of connect between the way you are behaving or you're feeling inside the exam while solving the exam, and your actual performance in the exam. And hence, if you want to manage your exam well, or you want to manage your performance well, you have to make sure that you actually manage your state of mind correctly. So a few things about state of mind. I mean, when you're in the test day, and when you're on the test day, on the day of the test, you have to make sure, and at least and the time of the test, you have to make sure a few things. A few things you need to make sure about. The first thing is that there has to be no emotions during the exam. No emotions during the exam. Now this is a very important aspect, because of the fact that if you start getting emotional and if you start feeling emotions while solving the paper, then you start missing out on critical information, critical data. What you want is that between you and the question that you face in the exam, as the question comes onto your computer screen and you are facing the question and the question is telling you something, you need to ensure that there is a very strong, unbreakable bubble around this. And inside this bubble, you have to operate like a machine that has no emotions. And by emotions, I don't just mean the negative ones. You don't of course you don't want to feel anxiety in the exam. You don't want to feel fear in the exam. You don't want to feel anxiety, fear. You don't want to feel depression in the exam. You don't want to feel despondent in the exam. These are all negative emotions. You don't want any of this inside the exam, because typically, if you look at how people behave, you will realize that a lot of people start feeling these emotions on the day of the test while solving the test, and because of that, their bubble around the question breaks. And if your bubble with the question breaks, you are solving it 3 levels below your capability. Your capability of solving the question will go down by 3 levels. If you are capable at this level, your capability will come down 3 levels below that. And as I said, when I say no emotions, it does not just mean the negative emotions. It also means the positive emotions. You don't want to feel joy, and you don't want to feel overconfident. And you don't want to feel too relaxed also. You actually don't want to feel anything. You should not feel anything in the exam. You should be in a bubble with the question. There should be nothing that matters. You're just existing for that moment, one moment at a time. There's no future. And all these emotions come from the future. So if you just eliminate the future, you just say that there's no future for me, this is me and the question, and this is the only moment in my life, you automatically start maximizing your test scores. And to do that, to get to that point, before you enter your mock tests or your exams, you need to make sure that you are clear about one major thing, and that is that before you go for the CAT, you have to explain to yourself how you will succeed even if you fail. How you will succeed? You will succeed in life even if you fail in CAT. Now, this is a very important pre-programming on the day of the test. The reason is, inside the exam, what happens if there are a couple of questions that you don't solve or you can't solve for some reason, you get stuck in those questions. Then after that, your state of mind in the next question starts becoming very, very shaky, because you start trying to think about what is going to happen to you if you don't do well. You are investing too much into your future with respect to the CAT. So if you remove the investment from the future, if you remove the CAT result as a predictor of future outcomes in life, if you just remove that, you will be much better in that bubble between the question and you. You'll be able to form that bubble much better if you remove that unnecessary pressure of CAT में आज अच्छा नहीं करूँगा तो मेरी लाइफ का क्या होगा. You don't want to think those things, right? So these are two very important tips. So you have to have a part of this programming then is to have an alternate plan of action. Part of this programming is then to have an alternate plan of action ready. In case you don't do well in the CAT, what will you do, etc. Right, so before I move on to the next part or to the questions part for today, just reminding you about Unacademy Plus. I am also available on Unacademy Plus with my courses, and the promo code to use if you want to join with my courses, for my courses are arun.yt. The upcoming courses that I am bringing in August is Advanced LRDI, and then a foundation course on data interpretation, and then also a must-do questions in quants. So these three courses are coming up from me in August, September, and I hope to help you achieve your goals with these questions or with these courses. And apart from me on Unacademy Plus, you also have so many other educators who are bringing in excellent courses. So we would love to see some of you in the real classes. Hi Utkarsh, welcome to the class. And we would love to see some of you in our plus classes on Unacademy Plus, and help us to help you, allow us to help you in your CAT preparation. So do join, do check out Unacademy Plus, and do join that. So with that, I want to start off with the first question for today. And the format we're going to have today is, for each question I'm putting up, you'll get 90 seconds to solve it. And after that, I will show you the question and how to solve the same. So 90 seconds for this question. I'll talk about DILR, नितिन. ये क्वेश्चन पहले कर लो, इसको हम लोग डिस्कस कर लेंगे. उसके DILR पे मैं थोड़ा सा बता देता हूँ, since you have asked that question. Okay, your 90 seconds are up now, and I hope you could solve this set of questions. So let's have a look what to do in this. ये क्वेश्चन में क्या बोल रहा है कि you have a long stretch of east-west road. तो एक ईस्ट टू वेस्ट रोड बना लेते हैं. A and B are 2 points such that B is 350 km west of A. So one thing you need to understand is कि west is normally to the left on a map. So B is 350 km west of A. So B is here and A is here. One car starts from A. One car starts from A and another from B at the same time. Now when you read this statement, the problem is that in this statement you should realize that what is missing is which direction do they start. Do they start towards each other? Do they start away from each other? Do they start in the same direction in one side? We don't know. Same direction towards the east, same direction towards the west. Right? What we don't know. Or one guy is moving west or one guy is moving east. Or both guys are moving, one is moving west and the other is moving east to each other. So west and east could be in two ways. B is moving west and A is moving east this way. Or it could also be B is moving east and A is moving west, in which case they are moving towards each other. So this is a missing piece of information at this point. You should realize that when you read that. So you move on. If they move towards each other, they meet in 7 hours. Meet after 1 hour. So this means that if they move towards each other, the speeds at which they will move would be SB and SA. So what would happen in this case? The speeds at which they would move would be SB and SA. And since they meet in 1 hour and the distance between A and B is 350 kilometers, the reaction from relative speed is SB plus SA is equal to into 1 is equal to 350. This is the reaction from relative speed angle, and when you solve this you'll get the value of SB plus SA as 350, the sum of the speeds. And then it further says that if they both move towards east, then they meet in 7 hours. So this you need to understand what it's saying. If they both move towards east, that means that east is typically to the left, to the right on a figure. So if they both move towards east, that means A is moving right and B is also moving right. And since it's given that they meet in 7 hours, in this case, you realize that B will catch up with A. That's the only way in which they can meet if they're both moving in the same direction. The person behind should be able to catch up the person in front. So यहाँ पे catch up होने वाला है, and catch up is going to happen, and the relative speed equation here is SB minus SA. The relative speed is SB minus SA into T, which is the time, which is 7 hours, is equal to 350. B minus SA is equal to 50. SB minus SA is equal to 50 in this case. And the moment you get that, you look at what the question is asking. and the question is asking the difference between the speeds in kilometers per hour. Now please notice this is the CAT 2018 paper, and CAT 2018 is supposed to be the toughest CAT paper of the last decade in quants. And you have these kind of sitters sitting in this question. Is question mein to you did not even need to use this at all. The question is only asking you the difference between SB and SA. The difference between the two speeds is being asked. I'm writing that modulus because difference is always a positive quantity, and only from this equation you get that the difference between the two speeds is 50. There's nothing else to do in this question. And I wonder what people prepare that they find a paper like this difficult when things can be done so damn easily in this paper. Right, so let's have a look at another question. But before I do that, I'll come to Nitin's question कि DILR में क्या करना चाहिए प्रिपरेशन के लिए. तो DI और LR में क्या है ना, DI में there is no chapters. So the only thing that counts is in DI preparation is experience and learning through experience. That's the only thing that counts in data interpretation and in reasoning. DI में तो कोई chapters नहीं होते, लेकिन reasoning में you have around 7-8 chapters that you need to organize, and these chapters नहीं बोलोगे, इनको question types बोलोगे. These are more like question types that you work on, right? So you try to focus on each of the question types in reasoning, and you try to get through around 25 to 50 sets of each question type. This is the process of preparation. And you try to experience reasoning. Basically, if you want to improve your reasoning, you basically have to improve your clue usage. Your ability to use clues is what you have to improve, right? So if you go through around 25 to 50 question sets on each question type in reasoning, you will have a strong experience of clue usage. So what will happen is some clues will be very easy to understand first time itself, but every chapter will have its own set of difficult clues to look at. So when you go across, when you create an experience of this on each question type in reasoning, you will automatically improve the quality of your clue usage. You will automatically start understanding clues better. If you start understanding clues better and what to do with the clues, you start solving better. It's as simple as that. And the second component of, as I said, question types. So when you do data interpretation, you build your DI amongst two things. One is traditional DI and the other is logical DI. And you straight away head on get into the practice of data interpretation, and you try to do around 100 sets in traditional data interpretation minimum and around 150 sets in logical data interpretation minimum before you start. So what will happen is, as you start doing this, you will start experiencing a sameness in the questions. There will be a sameness in the questions. There will be a sameness in the situations that you will face in data interpretation. So this is the basic logic of preparation. Reasoning में chapters कौन से cover करने चाहिए? एक बड़ा chapter puzzles है, और puzzles का सब part है arrangements, team formations, rankings, quantitative puzzles and quantitative reasoning, and generic puzzles, which is a mix of all this. So inside puzzles there are 5 parts, and then you also have chapters like Venn diagram, set theory, Venn diagram and set theory, network diagrams, and you also have cubes and dice, and games and tournaments. So these are the 9 types of question types that you focus on in reasoning. So use my book for practice. You can use my books. YouTube you can come to for experience and for handheld practice with your teachers. But otherwise you can of course use. Of course, then there's the other part. You can also join Unacademy Plus. I'm doing courses on DI and LR with you. Advanced LRDI course is coming up in August from my side, and foundation course on DI is also coming up. A foundation course of LR is currently running for you, etc. So let's look at question number 6 here now. On a triangle ABC, a circle with diameter BC is drawn, intersecting AB and AC at points P and Q respectively. Okay, पहले इसको 90 seconds ले लो तुम लोग. I'll give you 90 seconds on this again to try to solve this. Try to do it yourself first. Twenty seconds more. Okay, your time is up. So, any answers? Anyone? Right, I think you're correct. Let's look at what the question says. Very good, Omkar. So the question says, on a triangle ABC, a circle with diameter BC is drawn, intersecting AB and AC at points P and Q respectively. So you have a triangle ABC. So it's not talked about as an equilateral triangle, so you can draw anything. And on this triangle, a circle is drawn. Intersecting AB and AC at points P and Q respectively. So if I try to put a circle here, maybe it's difficult to draw the circle here. Chalo, maybe something like this. It has to be on the diameter BC. So let me try to draw this with a free hand. It's difficult to draw it like this. So it'll happen something like this. Let's say, not a very good looking circle, but I guess you understand what we are doing here. So this is my circle. It's intersecting the points, the lines AB and AC at points P and Q respectively. So this is point P and this is point Q. And then it says the lengths of AB, AC and CP are 30, 25 and 20. So AB is 30, AC is 25, and good morning Gulshan, welcome to the class, and good morning Ashish. CP is 20. So this, and you should realize that because this is subtended by the arc at the diameter, this will be a 90-degree angle, and this is 20. And the question is asking us to find the value of BQ. Now if this is a right angle, this will also be a right angle. Let me try to get a better picture for you. I think it will be better if I draw it this way. I first draw the circle and then I draw the triangle. That will be a smarter way of doing this. Yeah, this will be a smarter way of doing this. Now you'll understand this better. This is ABC. Right? This is ABC. और इसमें AB is given as 30. And CP, because BC is the diameter of the circle, CP will be at 90 degrees to AB, and CP is given as 20, while the length of AC is given to us as 25. So the logic on which this question gets solved, the question is asking us to find the value of BQ. The question is asking us to find the value of BQ. So the question on which this logic gets solved, P के जगह क्यों नहीं होगा ओमकार? Because CP, AB and AC, AB पे it intersects, the circle intersects AB at point P. So AB at point P is fine. That's okay. So the logic on which this question gets solved is that the area of the triangle, and this is a very commonly used structure in geometry. The area of triangle can be found in two ways: half AB into CP, because AB is the base and CP is the height, and this is also equal to half AC into BQ. So the half essentially cancels, and what you get is 30 into 20 is equal to 25 into BQ. It's a one-step question. And anybody who has solved 200-300 questions on geometry, some problem solving experience in geometry, if you have, you would have experienced this situation where the area of the triangle is calculated from two different sides, from two different bases. And it's a simple, straight, one-step question that sorts this out. Okay, we'll do one more question for today and we'll wind up with this. Your question dekh lo, I'll give you a minute for this. Yeah, 24 आंसर है उसका पिछले क्वेश्चन का. So chord of length 5 centimeters subtends an angle of 60 degrees at the center of a circle. So the reaction to that is going to be that this chord of length 5 centimeters subtends an angle of 60 degrees at the center. So if I think of this as the center, then the angle at the center is 60 degrees. And the chord length is 5. The question says the length in centimeters of a chord that subtends an angle of 120 degrees at the center of the same circle. So if I of that subtends an angle of 120 degrees, one thing which is obvious is that this chord will be longer and hence closer to the center. Which will subtend 120 degrees will be longer and hence closer to the center. So this question, you've been asked to find the length of this chord. So let's maybe copy O and CD. So the first thing you can do here is, if you draw this perpendicular from O to CD, this perpendicular will divide this side half and half into 2.5 and 2.5 each. And because the central angle here was 60, this angle will be 30. And with that you can make out that the radius of the circle will be 5. Right? Because of the 30-60-90 triangle, the logic of the 30-60-90 triangle, the side opposite 30, if it is 1, the side opposite 90 is double that. If the side opposite 30 is x, the side opposite 90 will be 2x. Or you could have also thought in this fashion that if in that triangle, if this is 60 and these two sides are equal, these will both be 60. So the radius of the circle is going to be 5. So from that reaction, whichever way you get that reaction, you have to bring it into the second side, to the chord whose length you are trying to find. और ये 5 है, और अगर इसका एंगल 120 डिग्रीज है, द सेंट्रल एंगल, तो ये वाला एंगल 60 होगा. So on this side you get another 30-60-90 triangle. And the 30-60-90 triangle, as I said, the basic logic of a 30-60-90 triangle is, if the side opposite 30 is x, the side opposite 60 will be x root 3, and the side opposite 90 becomes 2x. So in this scenario, you know 5 as the side opposite 90. So you know that 2x is 5. So x will be 2.5 and x root 3 will be 2.5 root 3. And that's this part of the AB chord. And this is half the AB chord. So this is 2.5 root 3. Then that part will also be 2.5 root 3. And hence the correct answer will be 5 root 3 here. So option C will be the correct answer, not B. Gulshan, you need to check your solution. This is going to be the correct answer. So I hope you enjoyed the session, and I will come back with lots more happening today also, and in general on Unacademy CAT-alyst. Please do subscribe to Unacademy CAT-alyst if you have not already done that. And just a reminder again, use my promo code arun.yt for joining my upcoming courses on Unacademy Plus, and I'll see you both on the YouTube channel as well as on Unacademy with my special classes as well as the plus classes. So I hope you enjoyed the session. I'll wind up now. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.